Hello, it's me again. And today, what I'm going to do is show you how to make a hat or a hairnet, as they call it, hat. And this is the hat we're going to make. I found this pattern and it is so pretty. I love this hat. I've done it twice and I thought, oh, this is a nice hat to make. I like this. I like the back part of it. This is what really captured my eye on this hat, is the design on it. And I'm going to give credit to the person that actually did it. This is the pattern I'm using and this is what it looks like. And you can have it drape as long or as short as you want. And what I'm going to do, if you want to get this pattern, you can. This is hook spine, and it's called, this is the name of the pattern. You can get this pattern, okay? But what I'm going to do is show you how to make that pattern. And you can pattern, and we can read along and go along with me as we do this. Because I find some people don't know how to make a pattern or read a pattern. So I'm going to just take that, read it along, and just simplify it for you. And we're going to make this hat, and it's really simple. Once you get past this, it just becomes really simple to make this hat. Okay, so the first thing it's telling you have to always do is make your slip stitch. Okay, it's telling you to chain 6, and what that chain is just making your circle. Okay, so that's the first thing you're going to do is chain 6 and make a circle. I'll tell you now, this yarn I'm using is a little it splits a little bit, so maybe it hurt. And you can use whatever, use your hook based on your yarn. Okay, because it says on this pattern, if you use the yarn, it says red heart. I'm not using red heart yarn, so you want to use the hook that matches the yarn. So that's anytime you're crocheting. Always look at the yarn and say if it says use a H or I, J, whatever, or whatever stitch, but I usually mostly use my G. Okay, once I did my 6th chain, now I'm going to go back to the beginning part to make my circle, and then I'm going to grab some yarn, pull it all the way through until I have a circle. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there. So now you can kind of, if you know how to take your tail and work it into your stitches as you can do that as well. Otherwise, you can just leave that out. Okay, and I know how to work them in, so I'll probably work it into my chain. So now the next thing the pattern is telling you to is round 1, and it's going to say round because we're going in around, round and around and round we go, round and around and round we go. Okay, remember I'm the singing crochet lady. So, and then it says chain 5. So you're going to chain 5 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And now you're going to actually make what it says a triple stitch. Okay, and this is what a triple double crochet stitch is. Okay, so it says triple. Triple means 3. So now I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hook until I have 3 loops on there. So I'm going to wrap it in 1. Oops, kind of got away from 1 and 2. So now I have 3 loops on here, and I'm going to stick it in the hoop, in that hole I just made, pull up some yarn, and now I have 4 loops on my hook. And now I'm going to grab some yarn and pull it through 2 of those 4. Now I have 3 on my hook. Grab some yarn, go and pull through 2 of those 3. Now I'm left with 2 on my hook. I'm going to grab some yarn and pull it through those last 2. Now I've just made a triple crochet. Let's do it again. We're going to make a triple. So I'm going to have 3 loops on my hook, okay, because it's triple, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to stick my hook inside my circle, or the hole, whichever way you like to say it. There's so many words you can use for crochet. And then I'm going to say, I can say yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. And because we're doing everything in 3s, think in 3s, it's triple. Because it says TR means triple, okay? And we got to get 19 of them in this hole. So just think in terms of 3. I have 3 loops. I'm going to go into my hole, grab some yarn, and now I have 4. And I'm going to work these loops off of my hook 3 times by going through 2, yarn over, go through 2 more, yarn over, and go through the last 2. I'll do this one more time. Okay, here we go. And I'm probably going to sing because I can feel a song coming on. Around and around in my hole, pull through 2 and 2. pull through 2 and 2, 2, there's no more left, around and around, 3 on the hook, go through the hole, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, 2, there's no more on the hook. And you're going to do this until you get 19 of these around. Now we're back to, you should have had 19 around. Now what I'm going to show is, I believe this is always the hardest part when you're getting ready to go to your next round. Making sure you have the exact count. Because here's your very first round. If it's not right, then you get off. So just before you close up your circle, because you should have 19, remember, it should be 19 around. So before I close up, to ensure that I have 19 stitches around, I always count. And that'll tell you whether I need to close it up right here or make another stitch. So I count around, and you're just counting your stitches that you made, your triple crochet stitches. So I'm going to count around, and I already counted, and I know I had 19 around. So I needed 20. So I'm going to go ahead, because you chained one triple crochet the first time, which would have given you 1, and it said 19 in. So when you got through with that 1 and 19, would have given you 20. So I'm going to go ahead, crochet my last stitch in to my circle here. Okay, and I should have 20 around. So I did my last stitch. And now it's telling you to, now here's where you got to be very careful. Here's your last stitch. You're going to take this to make a slip knot into this chain right up here. Right up there to close up your circle. And all you do is stick it in. Stick the hook in there, like so. Grab some yarn, pull it through and through. And now you should have 20 all the way around. So the next round is telling you to chain 8. Now before I go to the next part to do my next stitch, I'm going to use a stitch marker. Because when you're working in the circles, in the rounds in the circle, you can go around and around and you won't know where you, remember a circle it goes around. You don't know where the beginning or the end is. So when you're crocheting, you're going to need this for crocheting it around. So I stick that, and I always stick my stitch marker. Here's where I'm going to stick my needle. I always stick it right there in that V stitch behind, because that tells me when I get to there, I'm at the end of that round. So I put it there, and now I'm ready to do the next stitch, which is 8. So it says crochet 8. So that's 8. And now it's telling you to do a triple double crochet into the next stitch. It's what you just did for all these. You're going to go around 2 times. Now the very first one's going to be like a little cumbersome to get through, okay, because you got 3 and you got 8 on here. You're going to stick it in that next stitch, grab some yarn. I told you this yarn split, so I've got to be really careful when I come through. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now, we're not going to crochet 8 this time. This time you're going to crochet 3, because remember, we're going to have 3 in between. So now, because we're on our second round here, this is where we are right here. So now we're going to crochet 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go back into the next stitch. We're going to be crocheting around this, around each one of these stitches around here. This is what we're going to be crocheting around now, okay? And in between each one, there's going to be 3 stitches. So you're going to go around twice for your double, your triple. I keep saying double. It's a triple crochet. Pull it through, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now crochet 3, 1, or it's chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. Look around, go into your next stitch. Pull up, double crochet, triple crochet. 3, 1, 2, 3. Go to the next stitch. Remember, we're always gonna, don't forget to go around 3 times because you're doing a triple. Go through the next stitch, pull through. 1, 2, then you go 3. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do this all around until you get to your next stitch. Now, hopefully I finish this up so you don't see me change the outfit again, okay? So, do the round, and then we're going to come back to the next round. I've done my triple crochet stitches around. Again, I'm at my last one. I stop. I'm going to always count. I'm not going to close up before I count. Yeah, my friend, you got to count. You got to count, count, count. Because if you don't count, 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 you going to mess up. So you got to count, count, count. Okay, here we count. Count around. I've already done my count around. And now I know it's 19 around. So I know I need to do, I take my stitch marker out because when I get to my stitch marker, that should be, if I've done it correctly, that should be where I do my last stitch. My last triple crochet stitch. Oh, come on, stitch marker, come out of there. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to go ahead and go around 2, stick it in here, pull it up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. Now, my last one, instead of doing 3 across, if I do 3 across, let me make sure it tells me not to do 3. I'm going to look at my pattern, 19 slips, yeah. Okay, so when you get to the 19 times, which is 20 in, you're going to slip stitch to close it up right up here. So this is where you begin, and it says in the 5th, which is really just telling you to go up. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4. At the very top of that chain, you very first did. Stick your hook in there and pull it through. I did it the opposite. Stick it in here. Stick it up through there. If you can see that, stick it through there. Pull your chain through. When you're doing a slip stitch, pull it through there. And there you have it. And it's going to see these two are really together, like here. You don't see a big gap in there. So they're together. Okay? And now you have this row. And we're just going to continue on because round 3, we're going to go to round 3 and see what it says for round 3. And you can follow along on the pattern or you can just follow the video. But this is just, I want to really just show you how to, not to be, you know, to follow a pattern. There's some nice patterns out there. Find one you like and just go for it. I mean, and I just saw this pattern. I thought this was a good one to demonstrate. And a lot of time I take a pattern and I'll just do a little twist to it. But basically I'll follow along and make it simplified. Okay, so now we're ready for the next round. Ready for the next round. Should have closed it up. Okay, and now remember the whole purpose of this video is reading and crocheting along with the pattern. Okay, so I just want you to take this pattern and read along with me. And I'm just going to try to simplify it for you as we read along. Okay, now it's just telling you to do a slip stitch. Okay, slip stitch is basically you're going into the next chain 3 and it's asking you to do a slip stitch. You just put your slip in, grab the yarn, make sure again, put it in, grab the yarn, and slip stitch means just for you want to slip it right into that next stitch. Okay, so we slip stitch it into that, and then it's telling you to chain 5. And for my friend, who always I like to use her words, is chain up. So chain up 5, 1, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's telling you to do in the same space we just chained at this 5, you're going to actually do a double triple crochet in this space. Now double triple crochet, this is just a tongue twister for me. So we're just going to do the stitches. Double triple crochet, yeah, in the same space. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're talking triple 3. In, pull the yarn up and go through 3. 1, 2, 3, 3. Did I do 3? 3. Okay, and 3. And there you have it. And you just did your space. So we're going to be doing around for this next round. In each space, you're going to have a double, triple together stitch. That's what's going to go in each one of these spaces around for this next round. And it's going to look like this. It's going to look, here's what we're doing. It's two stitches in a space, 2 in a space, 2 in each space, 2 in each space. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing. 2 in each space. Okay, and you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before each space. You're going to do your double, triple crochet. 1, 2, 3. And it should be 4 in your hooks. Okay, it should be 4 in your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we went over 3. And you're going to go in your next chain space. The 3 chain space is what it's saying. Grab your yarn and you're going to go through 3. 1, 2, 3. But you go, oh, you still got 2 hooks on there because it's telling you to do it together. We're going to do it again. We're not going to go through those last 2. because it says T-O-G, D-T-T-O-G. So T-O-G, whenever you see T-O-G, that means doing something together. So we're going to put this together. So you're going to go over this again. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 on your hook again. And we're going to go through that same space again. Go through, grab your yarn, and go through 3. 1, 2, 3. And you have 3 on your hook. And you're going to go through all 3. I hate that this yarn is splitting like this, but it is. Just got to be careful. I have to be careful because it is splitting so much. And that's what you have. And now you have your 2. Now basically what you're doing when it says together, it's actually bringing those 2 chains together so they look together like this as opposed to loose. Okay, we'll do it again. You chain 6 in between each space. 6. Okay. And you're going to go put your yarn through 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Into your next space. Grab your yarn. Just show this up. Grab your yarn. And you're going to go through 2, 3 times. And you're going to have 2 more loops on your hook. Okay. And you're not going to go through those last 2 that's on your hook because you're going to go this again. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to go through that same space again. Grab your yarn. And you're going to go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. And then you can end up with 3. My yarn is twisted. You're going to end up with 3 on your hook. My yarn split it here. You're going to end up with 3 on your hook. And you're going to go through all 3 on your hook. I'll do this one more time. My 6, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to my next space and grab the yarn, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now don't pull through the last 2 because I'm going to go over 3 more time. 1, 2, 3. Go back in that same space again, pull up the yarn. I'm going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And this time, you're going to pull through. Remember, if we're doing in 3s, your last, after you do it 3 times, you're going to have 3 on your hook. You're going to pull through all 3. Chain 6. After you chain your 6, you're going to go over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Go to your next space. Pull your yarn through. Pull through 2, 2. And 2, and then you should have 2 in your hook. And then you're going to go 3 again. Go through that same space. You're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and you get to 3 in there. And you do this all the way around, all around. Little tongue twisted there. All the way around. Okay? Okay, now we're at the end of the round. You would have done it all the way around. Again, before I close it up, I'm going to count my stitches around, okay? And there should be 2 in each space around to 3, because we're on 3 here. There should be 2 for a total of 20. If it's not, when I get to this last spot right here, then I'm going to put 2 triple double crochet right there to make sure there's 20 around. So you count, I count it, and now it's telling you to slip stitch into to close it up. And remember, we're slip stitching into the very first top, stitch here. Don't go into the space here, go into your stitch at the top here. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch, a slip stitch here, and that closes up my round. Okay, this closes up the round. And you can see how it looks nice. It's looking really nice. So we have that. Now we're on round 4. Round 4, as you read around, as you're reading along in the pattern, with the pattern. Okay, we closed up. Now round 4 is telling us to slip stitch to the center. Now we're going to be working in our chain space. Now this is going to really get from round 4, 5, 6. It's going to be really easy, and you're going to just slip. This is where the speed picks up. So it says slip stitch into the first space right here. Just slip stitch. And you go through right here, and then it says chain one and chain one. Once I do all that, I'm going to take my stitch mark and put it right in that where it says slip stitch. I'm going to put it right in there. You can see a little dip in there, so you can see it beginning to form a little different shape. Okay, and the next thing is telling you to chain 8. Because this is where I put my little twists and things on patterns. It says chain 8. I don't really want that big of a drip or dip in my cap. Okay, I don't really want my hairnet to have that because it can drag. It can get really pretty big, and it depends on how much hair you have, whether you want it to drag deep in there or not. I don't really want it to hang too long or too big. So instead of chaining 8, I'm going to chain 6. So I'm going to be reducing my chain by 2. And that's only because I don't want a big dip in my hat. Because unless you have a lot of hair, you have extra, it's hanging really low, you may want to do the 8 or 9. I don't have a lot of hair, so I'm not going to have it dip. It's going to still give me a nice uh, grab in my hair. I don't have a lot, but if you have a lot, you may want to get that extra chain, as they say, 8. So I'm going to just chain 6 up, 1, 6, and then into your, I'm going to chain 6, and I'm going to actually, in the next chain space right here, you are going to do a single crochet. So it says chain 4, let me make sure I didn't skip anything. Chain 1, slip stitch in the next same space, chain 8. Okay, so I'm going to chain my 6, and I'm going to do a single crochet in the next chain 6 space. Okay, chain up 6, 1, 2, and chain up my 6, and then you chain up 6, and in your next space, and it's going to be your spaces in between this. That's what you're doing, and you're just doing a single crochet. Single crochet in between your next 2 spaces. Single crochet, do your 8 or 6, however many up you want to do. That depends on how long of a drape you want. But be consistent whatever you do. If you're going to -2 or go up 2 or just stay with the 8, just be consistent around when you're going up. So I'm doing 6. I'm doing 6 and crocheting 6 up. I'm going to go into my next space and do a single crochet. So I do a single crochet into that next space, and I chain up 6. And you do that all the way around until you get to your stitch mark. At the end of round 4, I've always liked to start my end to the next one. End of round 4, you were supposed to count, make sure you had all your stitches around, and it says chain 4. So you're going to chain 4 for round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then where you had your stitch mark, I already taken mine out. Where you had your stitch mark, you take it out, and in that stitch mark, you're going to do a triple crochet. So which is 3 around. In that, where you set your stitch mark, your single crochet, you're going to grab the yarn, and you're going to do a triple crochet, which is 2, 2, 3, have 2 in your hook, and pull it through, and that's going to make your last of your chain hole. Okay, and you can see now you're ready for the next round. Okay, for the next round, round 5. Okay, now we're already here for round 5. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put my stitch mark at the end of that round, so I know where I'm going to begin it for the next time. Because round 5 is telling you to chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch. So I'm going to chain 1, okay, and then it's telling you to single crochet into that same stitch. Now you notice, now be careful on this next round because that chain 6 kind of went down like that, but you're going to bring those up. So be careful, you're going to have 2 like that. So we're going to be bringing those stitches up, and you're going to be chaining 7. Oh no, we did 6, so you're going to chain, I'm doing by, instead of 9, I'm doing 7. So you're going to single crochet in the same stitch. Okay, so when it says single crochet in the same stitch, I'm going to do a same stitch, just like we did before. And this time, whatever your count was, remember I did 6, I'm going by 2, but the pattern says 9. So I'm going to do 7 here. So I'm going to do 7. Okay. And we're going to do single crochet in the next stitch. And that's what we're going to do around 4 round 5. Do the same thing. And this time it's just the same thing we did before, because there's your little space. In each one, you're going to chain up your 7, do a single crochet, chain up 7, single crochet all the way around until you get back to that stitch mark. And that's what we're doing. Oh yeah, and we on round 5. We on round 5. And yet round 6 and 7 is going to be the same. So I'm going to skip round 6. Go ahead and do your round 5, reading the pattern, and round 6, which is the same thing. Go around, and then you're going to see me back at round 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Now we're at the end of our chain, however many you did. Now at the last end, we're getting ready to go to round 7. Okay, so it told you to slip stitch. So we're going to slip stitch. We'll make you change your, however many chain you was doing. We was doing 8. So now you're going to slip stitch back to the beginning. Again, I've already taken my marker out. And you're going to slip stitch right back into that middle there. So that's what the pattern is telling you to do. And for round 7, it's telling you to chain 3. Now, before I chain my 3, again, it's because this is going to be the beginning of my round. I'm going to put my marker in there, like so. Put the marker in there. Yeah, I always stick my marker in there so I know where my beginning and my ends are. So I stick my marker in there. And then it's telling you to chain 3. And this, again, you're going to, if you want to, for row 8, it's telling you to change colors because the hat was a 2-tone color. I'm not changing colors. I'm going to keep the hat the same color. Okay, so it's telling you to chain 3. So you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to be where you do a lot. This is going to take a little time. And you're just going to, each one of these, you're going to put 9 double crochet into each one of these tops. Okay, so change 3, double stitch in each double chain around. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. So you chain 3, and then you're going to do 9 double crochet in each chain 10. So here's your thing. You're going to do 9 double crochet into that. So you're just going to do 9 all the way around into each chain. And I'm going to show you so you don't mix up. I'm going to do this 1, 2. Then do 9 into each one of these space. But when you get here, it's telling you to chain, to make a single stitch in here, right here. So you're going to do 9 here, and you're going to make in each one, in between your spaces here, right here and right here, you're going to put a single crochet into each one. So you're going to have your 9 in each space. Oops, get that back in there, nice and nice. 9 into each space like this. 9 double crochet. So that's what you're doing, 9 double crochets in here. This is going to be the top part of your hat. So basically this back part is what the drape is. So we've already done the drape. So now what you're getting ready to make is the top part of the hat. So here's where we are now for the hat. You're almost done. So we're at this part here. We're at this part of the hat. We've already finished this part. We've already finished this part here. So now we're doing this part of the hat. So here's where the pattern is getting into this part. We're right there on this part of the hat. So, and this hat, you can do this hat in one night. Basically, it only looks like it's a long time, but you can do this in one night. Okay, I've got my 9, and then it's telling you to 9. Then it's going to do 9 double crochet, and the next single. So right here in this space here, right there, I'm going to do a double crochet into that space. And you can probably see it right there, right there. You're going to do a double crochet right there. And then you're going to continue and do 9 here, and then you do 1 there. 9 here, and then 1 here. And you continue that all the way around. So now we've just finished row 7, and it's asking you to fasten off. We're not going to fasten off because we're going to keep it the same color. Now if you want to do a different color, you would fasten off, stop it, And now around all here, we're going to do, it says chain, we're on row 8. We're going to chain 3. That's my stitch here. We're going to change, I'm going to put my stitch marker in again, because if you don't put the stitch marker in, you're not going to know where your beginning time is. Put my stitch marker in here. That was the end of that row. Row 8, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then it's saying, in each one of these stitches around, you're just going to do a double crochet in each stitch around, and that was a space right there. So just going to go ahead and do a double crochet in each stitch. So this was a little space right there. Right after that, it's not a double crochet. You're going to go to your first double crochet. Okay, so make it skip a space, double crochet, and just going to double crochet in each double crochet you had around. All the way around each top is a double crochet. All the way around the head. So that is row 8. When we get to row 9 and 10, it's going to be the same. A little twist in 9 and 10. So I'll get back to 9 and 10. But right now, we're just going to go all the way around, double crochet all the way around. And this is row 8, and do it all the way around. And then we're getting there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, now we're doing rows 8 and 9. No, 9 and 10. Okay, so 9 and 10, I already did row 9. When you go to the beginning, you're going to always slip stitch at the beginning. And row 9 is asking you to chain 3. So you change. Okay, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And it's telling you to double crochet into the next 2 double crochets. So at the bottom, you're going to have 2 double crochets. Okay, so you're going to double crochet into the next 2 double crochets. Okay, double crochet, double crochet. Okay, and then it's going to tell you to chain 2. So you're going to chain 2, and you're going to skip 2. Okay, you're going to skip 2, and then you're going to chain 3. So you're going to skip 2 and chain 3. So this is going to be, and you're going to do this for 2 rows. 2 rows, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to chain 2, chain 2, skip 2 double crochet stitches, and do 3. So it's going to be a chain 2 and crochet 3. So you're going to be skipping stitches this time. Okay, so you're going to be skipping. So just make sure you're counting. I suggest that you do this all at one time. Don't try to come back and do the skip. I suggest you do rows 9 and 10 together. So if you try to come back later, it'll be confusing. Because if you do 9 and 10 the right way, you're going to have it look just like this. They're going to come on top of each other. I already did my 9. This is row 10. So to make sure they line up, you have 3 here, and it should be 3 right on top. So you're going to be chaining 2. You're going to skip 2 chain. It's going to be easy when you get to row 10, because row 10, you're just going to skip that space there and just double crochet on top of your 3 that you've already done for row 9. So then it's going to be chain 3 into that, and you're going to do this for 2 rows, 9 and 10. 9 and 10, and you're going to have this pattern. It's going to look like that. So that's 9 and 10 that you're going to do. And then when you get to row 11, you're going to double crochet all the way around for round 11. So I'm going to go ahead and do 9, 10, and 11, and then I'll show you how to do row 12. So 9, 10, and 11, when you get to 9 and 10, and row 11 is just double crochet into your stitches. Now we're at round 12. Yeah, we're getting on down. Okay, so you should have had for row 10, 11, double crochet all the way around. So you get there. Now we're at row 12. You attach, and now it says chain up 3, and you're going to double in the next 7 double crochet. So I'm going to double crochet next 7, and just count 7. Double crochet into the next 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so you do that. And now we're going to go back to some skipping here. So you're going to do next 7, skip, double, and do in the next 5 and repeat. So it's going to say skip 1. So you did 7 from here. Don't forget your stitch mark. So we already got a stitch mark down. So you did 7 from your stitch mark. And then you're going to skip a chain and then do 5 double crochet. So you skip 1 and you do 5 double crochet. And you're going to do this all the way around until you get back to the stitch marker. So this is just, and you see, this is really a simple hat. It looked pretty complicated when you looked at it, but once you get to doing this, oh, this is pretty cool, isn't it? So you skip the stitch and count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and you continue that on all the way around for row 12. It's telling you to actually, for row 12, you're actually just skipping 1, double crochet. Skipping 1, double crochet. I mean 5 double crochet. You skip 1, you do 5 double crochet and skip 1. And you do that all the way around until you get back to your stitch mark. And that is row 12. Okay, now we're on row 13. And basically what we're doing for 13, 14, we're closing up the hat. We're getting ready to close it up like this. Now this hat is a little larger than this one because I gave it a little bit more, this is a little bit wider. But anyways, we're getting ready to close up the hat. And as you close up the hat, you're going to notice that it's asking you to skip skip a stitch. So basically for row 13, it's saying chain 2 and do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So the half double crochet look like this. It's around just like you're making a double crochet. Only you go in, grab the yarn, and you have 3 on the hook, and you pull it through all 3. And then it's telling you to skip a stitch. So you're going to chain 2, skip a stitch, and then you're going to skip a stitch just like before, and then this time we're skipping and we're doing 4. So we're going to skip a stitch, and we're going to do 4 half double crochet. So you're going to do 4 of them. That was 1. This is 2. That's 2. This is 3. And 4. I got 4 there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this time for row 13, we're going to be skipping. We're still going to be skipping because this is what brings your hat together. So you're going to skip and then do 4. So you skip it and then you're going to do 4 half double crochets all the way around. And half double crochet. I'll tell you one more time how to do a half double crochet. Okay, skip. Half double crochet is yarn over, put in your stitch that you're going to do, pull up 3, and you just pull yarn through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 3, half double crochet. And you do this all the way around. Remember, this time we're going to do doing 4, skip 1, and 4. All the way around till you get to your stitch mark. Okay, and this is round 13. And then you're going to do the same thing for round 14. You're going to, when you get to the end, you're going to do chain 2, skip a stitch, and you're going to be doing 3 into that. So 13 and 14 is the same. 15, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to do 3, and then you're going to do 2. So I'll see you back at 15. Okay, this is it. This is our last round 15. So you've gone on around round 15 and everything. So this is going to be it. Round 15 says chain 3. So you're going to chain up 3. And then it says double crochet in the next 2 half. So it's double crochet in the next 2 the stitches that you have. So that's a double crochet. And it says in the next 2. So you're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And then it's saying chain 1, skip 2. So we're going to skip 2 half double crochet. So we're going to skip 2 half double crochet and double crochet in the next, and 3 double crochets in the next one. Okay, so we're going to skip 2 and do 3 double crochets. So we're skipping 2 and 3 double crochets. Okay, and this is rounds it up. So we're going to repeat that all the way from the start, which is chain 1. So you're going to have this little hole in there. We're going to chain 1, skip 2 and 3 double crochets. So we're skipping 2 and 3 double crochets in the next stitch. So we're going to skip 2 and then do 3. 3, oh, okay, skip 2, skip 2 double crochet. Okay, yeah. 3 double crochet. I just wanted to make sure I was doing double crochet in these stitches, the next 3. So it is 3 double crochet and not half double crochet. Although it really wouldn't matter if I did half double crochet. It really doesn't matter. And something, if I had, you just, again, if you make a mistake and sometimes start over, just be consistent with it. If you did half double crochet, just do it all the way around. Okay, so don't skip. Okay, so we're saying the pattern, but we're following this pattern. So it's skip 2, chain 1. Don't forget the chain 1 part. That could be something you forget. And if you get the chain 1, it's going to not give you that space when you get to your last row 16. So you want to make sure you get your, and you want to make sure you skip, because that's going to bring when you're skipping, it's going to bring your hat in for your head like that. So you want to make sure you put the skips in. This hat has a tie in it where you can actually do a drawstring. But I try to do it without the drawstring because I like it to fit without having the drawstring going there. So I'm going to close mine up without having the drawstring on there. And that will end this, because it's going to be round 15. You're going to be double crocheting, skipping 2, skipping 2, and 3 double crochets. So we skip 2 and 3 double crochets. So we're going to be skipping 2 and 3 double crochets. And then round 16, you're going to do, when you get down to your end for round 16, you're going to be chaining 3, and you're just going to double crochet all the way around to finish up your hat. Okay? And I'll see you back at the end. I'll see you back at the finished hat. And it should be finished by then. I had to make another hat because I did not, for some reason, make that video with the pink hat. So I ended up making another blue hat to show you the end product or what it would look like. I gave my pink hat away, and I realized I didn't make a video. So here's how it turned out. You would have done all your stitches, and this is what your hat would have been finished. And this is the finished product of a hat when it's done. I went on for this particular hat, just in case if you wanted to. I went on and chain. I actually made it just says chain. So I made the chain, but it's actually made a cord type chain. And what I'm going to show you, if you decide to put it inside your hat to make it draw, you just go ahead and you put it in any loop. Here's your end here, and you put it in any loop here, and you just go in and out of your loops. Go in and out of your loops on here, and that would make a drawstring on your hat. Here's the finished product. Now, here's the finished product with the tie. I actually did the tie. And just tie it through, put it through. And this is what the back looks like. I really like this back. This is what caught my eye. And it really looks nice when it's straight down. Get it up in here. So this is what this hat looks like. I'll pull it back so you can just see. I'm going to do a visual on this. And there you go. There is your. I'll take this off and let's start over this off. There. And there you have it. There you have a hairnet. Like I said, if you have your hair in braids or anything like that, you want to put in there. And this is a very nice, this particular yarn is better than the pink one I had. Very nice, lightweight yarn. So you can make this in heavy, lightweight. You can make it for the winter wear, summer wear. And this is really nice. And this color's pretty too. And there you go. And that's the finished product.